there is substantial evidence, particularly the evidence pointing to the probability that there was more than 8 bullets recovered from the scene, therefore more than one gun fired, that indicates there was someone else involved.
I don't have any doubt that there was another gun in the pantry and that it was fired. Sirhan's gun and the bullets fired from it are responsible for wounding 5 other people. I am absolutely convinced Sirhan's gun did not fire the bullets that killed Bobby.
At Sirhan's trial, Dwayne Wolfer testified that the bullets recovered from Bobby Kennedy's body came from Sirhan's gun and no other gun in the world. However, the reality is very different. Since 1971, 3 of America's leading ballistics experts have all identified clear differences between those bullets and the others test fired from Sirhan's gun. And an official scientific investigation has concluded that there was insufficient evidence to make such a claim. But there were also witnesses who told the police they saw 2 people escaping, a young couple who'd boasted they'd killed Kennedy.
When a young couple in their late teens or early 20s came running by in a state of glee, very excited, very happy, shouting, we shot him, we killed him.
I recall saying they're getting away, or something very similar to that, meaning that I felt that they were part of whoever it was at the time that was shooting the senator.
The most persuasive witness was Sandy Serrano. She gave her account in a television interview less than an hour after the shooting. She would be browbeaten by the Los Angeles Police Department and has never spoken out since.
Came running down the stairs and said, we've shot him. And I said, who did you shoot? And she said, we shot Senator Kennedy.
Well, it clearly worried him because it was inconsistent with our conclusion that Sirhan was there alone and acted alone.
They badgered and browbeat witnesses to get them to change their stories.
And they were trying to embarrass me and question my sanity and question my intent.
That was the most grotesque abuse of police power I had ever witnessed.
Sirhan Bishara Sirhan was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to death, which was later commuted to life imprisonment. He has never been able to remember anything about the assassination, not even the dark-haired woman in a polka-dot dress seen with him by 11 separate witnesses in the Ambassador Hotel that night. Today, Sirhan is still held in Soledad high-security prison. From the outset, LAPD and the District Attorney's Office announced it would carefully examine any evidence which pointed to a conspiracy.
We've interviewed 4,000 people, and we've done it because someday somebody, for purposes best known to themselves, regardless of the evidence, is going to try to prove that Sirhan didn't do it, that this was a conspiracy, that this is some big mysterious plan that, in spite of all the investigation, we haven't been able to uncover. We knew it would happen.
But the accounts of the eyewitnesses and the physical evidence conflicts with the official version.
Sirhan's gun and the bullets fired from it are responsible for wounding 5 other people. I am absolutely convinced Sirhan's gun did not fire the bullets that killed Bobby.
But Los Angeles police ignored, destroyed, and covered up this evidence.
The LAPD did a terrible job of handling evidence. They did not care for it properly. They didn't inventory it properly. They destroyed it. They altered it. They falsified it.
The cover-up began even before the courts had finished hearing the case against Sirhan. Coroner Thomas Noguchi was told to keep his autopsy findings secret.
Found in the senator's remains.
I was advised not to have any information released as to the death of Senator Robert Kennedy. I told him I cannot do that.
Unable to gag Noguchi, the Los Angeles authorities fired him, alleging misconduct in the Kennedy autopsy.
Well, a paradox that's never been explained is how the Los Angeles County, through the District Attorney's Office, could base a murder charge on the autopsy of Dr. Noguchi and then in the hearing relative to his firing, tried to take the same autopsy to show that he should be fired.
I said things that I have to do, and that is the cause of death and circumstances surrounding death. And naturally, there's sometimes a puzzle. Jigsaw puzzle is not complete. I cannot adjust to this circumstance to fit the scientific fact.
Finally, on August the 1st, 1969, Los Angeles District Attorney's Office was forced to abandon its case against Noguchi. The coroner was reinstated. The police department had already destroyed much of the key evidence. The center dividers where scene of crime officers noted bullet holes and .22 caliber bullets were destroyed on the 27th of June 1969. The official reason given by the LAPD was that they would not fit in a filing cabinet. 2,400 photographs were burnt secretly in a hospital incinerator. Among those photographs were the only pictures taken at the moment of the assassination itself.
Now, this is everything that took place in the pantry during the shooting from behind Robert Kennedy. So what that would have shown, the interesting part about that would have been, you would have seen, if there were a second gun, you would have seen the position of everyone. Most important, you would have seen the position of Robert F. Kennedy when the shooting took place.
Scott Enyart was a 15-year-old amateur photographer and Kennedy supporter. Within minutes of the assassination, LAPD went to extraordinary lengths to get hold of his film.
I looked up to see a shotgun. I looked up to see guns drawn all around me. They took my wallet. They took my camera. They took the film out of my pockets. They took me and they tossed me into the back of a squad car, which was sitting out right in front of the entrance.
LAPD promised to return all Scott's film, but when he called at the Parker Center police headquarters, his photographs were locked in a security cabinet.
And I was not allowed to look at the film. They took this stack of prints and one of the detectives shuffled through them and separated it into two piles. And basically he gave me the photographs from one roll of film leading up to the assassination and then everything after the assassination. Everything that I had taken in the pantry was gone.
Those photographs, which might have either proved or destroyed the prosecution's case, had been incinerated by order of LAPD.
If the police department was right, then my photographs only would have proved that they were right. So for them to destroy it only leads me to believe that that something's being covered up.
There's no reason to have destroyed that evidence. There's no reason to have summarily destroyed at such an early stage all the photographic evidence. I can't come up with a reason, a logical reason why they would have done that.
But LAPD was still faced with the testimony of the witnesses who claimed to have seen a man and a woman with Sirhan in the Ambassador Hotel crowds less than an hour before the assassination.
There were three people that just didn't fit. They were not as happy as everyone else. They had sour faces, and there was just something about them that just didn't rub me right. And I had told a friend of mine about their presence, and later on, I saw them in the pantry when I first went through, and I saw the short person who turned out eventually to be Sirhan, and I saw a taller gentleman and a lady, a very well-built lady with a white polka dot dress on.
Official LAPD files reveal that at least 11 witnesses noted Sirhan in the company of the polka dot dress girl and another man inside the Ambassador Hotel in the hours before the shooting. At a little before midnight, a witness saw them enter the pantry via an outside stairway, which led from the car park to the second floor of the hotel.
When he started to shoot, the other two turned and ran through a side door. And I said, they're getting away.
The couple ran out the way they came in, then onto a stairway where Sandy Serrano, a young Kennedy worker, was standing.
I was standing there just thinking about how many people there were and how wonderful it was. Then this girl came running down the stairs in the back, and said, "We've shot him, we've shot him." And I said, "Who did you shoot?" And she said, "We shot Senator Kennedy."